Hey you guys, welcome to DeeVine Health. I have a very important motivational message for you today, so you're going to want to stick around. Welcome back, you guys, and a huge welcome to those of you that are new to DeeVine Health. I know many of you have recently found the channel, and I want to welcome you. Hope that you enjoy what you see here on this channel. I post things for you like my food diary every day, some exercise ideas. I do have one recipe already uploaded, and we've got some more recipes coming for you soon. We're going to have some food prep ideas to help you on your health journey, and then periodically I'm going to also post some motivational type things. So you're going to want to subscribe and stick around if you want some motivation on your new health journey. But today I wanted to take just a minute to talk to you about the motivation to get going, because I know that over the last couple of weeks I've had a lot of you comment to me, message me, private message me about motivation and about just not having that little desire or that oomph to get going on your weight loss, health journey transformation. So the questions have come in. What keeps me motivated? What is keeping me going, especially through the holidays that we just came through and everything else? What has given me a determination? So I thought I would go ahead and take a couple of minutes to do a whole separate video to share with you the motivation that I have that keeps me focused on getting healthy. Most of you know, if you followed through with our channel for any length of time at all over on DeeVine DeeZine, then you know the struggle that we've been through over the past 5 years. We had a major ordeal happen with mold in our home, some black mold that we found lurking inside of walls, and it had really gotten to the point that it affected our health just horribly. And that's how we found out we had the mold, because of all the symptoms that we all were having, and finally we figured out what was causing them. So for a long time there, I just simply was not healthy at all because of what my body was breathing in, from the lungs to sinus, just everything. And with that came fatigue, came a lack of desire or motivation to do anything. There were days that as I was homeschooling the kids, I legit would be there with my head on the desk trying to read to them from their books, because I just felt that bad and could not even sit up straight and lift my head off that table to do normal daily activities and functions. Well, as we found out the problem and the culprit and started getting all the mold out of the house and getting the environment healthy again, I noticed that my health was beginning to improve, and I felt happy that it was improving, but it wasn't enough incentive for me to really do anything about the way I was eating. And I used all kind of excuses. You guys know for 16 months we didn't even have a kitchen in the house, as we were, because we still lived here, as we were tearing everything apart and as we were trying to reconstruct everything and get the mold out. We didn't even have use of our kitchen for 16 months. So we were having to eat microwave food, and that is a real easy time if you love food and if you're kind of addicted to food, to use excuses like that to stay stuck in those patterns, when truly I could have eaten a little more healthy than what I was. But hey, I had an excuse, right? So I could keep eating the junky food that I wanted and feel justified in front of people for doing so. My weight spiraled completely out of control, and my health, even though I was feeling better as far as the breathing or the sinus issues was concerned, I still had no energy, pain in my joints, just all the stuff that goes with being overweight and consuming too much sugar. All that sugar, it will kill you, trust me. Well, this past year, we had a little scare in our family, and a lot of you guys already know because I took you on the journey with us through some of the vlogs, but my mom had been diagnosed with endometrial cancer. That is a cancer that attaches itself to the lining of the uterine wall. Thank the good Lord, it was contained right there. A simple little procedure was able to remove that tumor, and she is doing great now. No traces of cancer in her body at all. But as she was talking to the oncologist about this particular type of cancer and how it can develop and what causes it, one of the main things that causes that type of cancer is an overload of estrogen in the body. And did you know that fat cells store estrogen? It gives you a condition called estrogen dominance, and I encourage you guys, research that and do a lot of looking into that, because ladies, if you are overweight, and even men can hold a lot of estrogen in those fat cells, because we have all of those hormones floating around, men and women, and the fat cells will become storehouses for estrogen, causing estrogen dominance in your body, and that can spell huge trouble. It really can. Things like that can also be hereditary and pass in the genes. So if somebody in your family, such as my mom, got the endometrial cancer, there was a likelihood that my sister and I could also be susceptible to getting it as well, especially if our bodies had that estrogen dominance floating around inside. That was a huge incentive for me to really buckle down and to get healthy, because guys, all the sugar and all of the junk that we put inside of our bodies stays inside of there, and it attacks our cells even down to the very molecular levels, and it begins to destroy them from the inside out, literally. We see the manifestations of some of that with skin conditions, with even psoriasis and different things like that. We can feel the effects of it with things like fibromyalgia and lupus, and different conditions can be exacerbated because of the overload of sugar, yeast, and estrogen. So that was a huge incentive for me and all of our family, really, to really just buckle down and to begin to take care of ourselves a little bit better, to stop using excuses. Oh, you know, we're from the South, that's just the way we eat, because we fry everything, or we cook like cream potatoes over white rice, double starches, triple starches, you know, and we find ways to justify it, to have excuses, because it's delicious, it's good, it's habit, it's what we know, it's our culture. But when you really take a look at your health, and you know, we all knew we wanted my mom to be around for as many years as we can possibly have her, and to think that a pattern of lifestyle and things that we put inside of our body can be damaging us like that, to that degree, it was a huge eye-opener, and something just clicked for me that, you know what, I've got to do this, because I want to be around a long time for my kids, for my eventual grandkids. I want to be around a long time to fulfill the purpose that I have in this earth, and I don't want my life being cut short because of what I'm doing to it with the food, lack of exercise, improper sleep, and all that. So that's the motivation that kind of kick-started me, and I wanted to share that with you guys, because you've asked me what my motivation is, and several of you have talked about that you don't have motivation yet, and hopefully this story of ours can be a motivation to you guys as well. Maybe you haven't been touched in your family with things like cancer, fibromyalgia, or lupus, psoriasis, or other skin conditions. Maybe you haven't noticed that type of thing. Maybe for you it is simply all the emotional manifestations that's happening, you know, the excessive anger, the lack of self-esteem, inferiority, and those kind of things that come with being overweight. It attacks you on so many levels. It can affect you in so many different ways. And I really wanted to give you guys a little boost today, some motivation to buckle down and take care of yourself. You deserve the best life you can possibly have. Contrary to what anybody may have ever told you in your whole life, you deserve more. You deserve better, and you deserve to feel good and to enjoy your life, to be happy and full of joy and full of energy, to be able to live every day without being bogged down with physical or even mental issues. So that's my motivation, you guys. That's what kind of kick-started me off on this journey, and I hope and pray that I will continue to stay motivated and continue to walk towards that health. And all of you too. We're going to walk this health journey together. It really is possible to have divine health. I know I say that at the end of every video here on this channel, but it is possible, and I believe it with everything in me. And I want to give you all the tools that I possibly can to help you on this journey. And I enjoy hearing your stories back, because you have tools for me too that can help me. And together, you guys, we can do it. We absolutely can. So Share your motivational stories with us down below. If you are on this journey and something kind of kick-started you and motivated you, share it with us. Let us hear your stories, because maybe whatever motivated you might motivate someone else, just like hopefully our story for our family can motivate you guys. So share it with us. Take time to share it with us. Or if you already have maybe a video on your channel of your motivation, link it for us down there in the comments so that we can come take a look, because together and motivating each other, encouraging each other, and holding each other accountable, we can do it, and we can change our environment one person at a time. I want to thank all of you so very much for sitting here with me for a few minutes today, and I do want to remind you, yes, it is possible to walk in DeeVine Health. I'll see you soon in the next video.